Well, I guess everybody in the world is turning on superhero movies, so why not me join in as well? Here are my 5 worst superhero movies of 2022. Now, if I'm being honest, I still love superhero movies, at least good superhero movies, but every now and again we get some not so great ones. So, starting the list at number 5, this actually pains me to put this on the list because at the end of the day, I enjoy the film enough, but Thor Love and Thunder. Yes, I can't believe it. I put a Marvel MCU movie even on my worst superhero movies. And this is one of those films that I think Chris Hemsworth at the end of the day is still great as Thor. I think there's a lot of good performances in it, and the humor does make me laugh. But it's also a situation where I think there's way too much humor. There's way too much comedy. I think this is one of the few times that Taika Waititi just could not help himself by adding so many jokes. It became the Thor comedy hour. How about Chris Hemsworth's Thor? How about he takes some of the threat serious, right? I get that he's in a more hippie, carefree like attitude, and I'm okay with that. He went through some pretty rough stuff in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, but we're talking about kids, Asgardian kids, being kidnapped. And Thor is still cracking jokes. He's still being goofy as all hell. And also, gods are being killed around him. And Christian Bale, man, this is the one time that we'll get Christian Bale as a villain in the MCU. And it just felt incomplete. It felt like we were missing so much more of his backstory. And we were missing so much more of him actually being, oh, I don't know, a god butcher, which is in the title of his name, Gore the God Butcher. And I think we only see him kill one god. At number 4, Samaritan, which, to be honest, I almost forgot that I even saw this movie and that it's a technically superhero film. Sylvester Stallone, sure, he's at the age now where he's going to be playing the aging hero, a guy who used to be a hero back in the day. And he's good at that. He is. There's no doubt about it. And seeing him do some of his action still is impressive. But it's that tired, cliched of a plot where I'm a retired superhero or I'm a retired guy who doesn't want to do it anymore, who refuses to join in. I mean, we've been there. We've done that. We've seen this countless times. We've seen the little boy who looks up to him and wants him to come back into the fight. I mean, this has been done to death. A villain who this actor kind of deserved to be a much more threatening and imposing type villain. He was really just there, just to be there. And the most interesting thing about this movie, the most interesting idea that this movie had, the reveal that Stallone, he actually wasn't the hero, the Samaritan that everyone thought he was. He was actually the villain who, back in the day, killed the good guy, and he retired after this, and he now feels guilty over it. Man, it would have been nice to have gotten this reveal, this backstory, this character arc at the beginning of the damn movie, or at the very least halfway through. Give us some time to think about this and dwell on this and appreciate this change of the plot. But no, we're not interested in doing something different. We're just going to give you the tired old same shit and then give you something different at the very end. And oh, by the way, that CGI de-aging of Stallone in that one scene was rough as all hell. At number 3, Black Adam. And I know some people are going to say, what? Black Adam? A Rock movie is in your worst superhero movies? Yeah, because I actually was looking forward to The Rock playing Black Adam. I mean, goddamn, we've waited over 15 years, it seems, for this movie to get made. And I thought to myself, well, if it's been this long, it better be worth it. And something tells me that this script has been 15 years old, that they haven't updated it or changed it or made it a smarter plot, because this movie was your typical generic, hey, every superhero movie you've seen, we're going to do all of that. Even the whole motto of, hey, Black Adam, he's not a hero. Oh, no, he's not a hero. And yeah, he even goes around and kills people. Sure, but he only kills bad people. He only kills mercenaries. My God, would it have been the worst thing in the world to actually have Black Adam kill innocent people and civilians, to give you, as an audience, that moral, should we be rooting for this guy? Am I going to feel uneasy about this guy? But no, it's The Rock. So he really is, at the end of the day, the good guy. And the Justice Society of America, I mean, I appreciated having them there because I was aware of them from the comics, but they didn't do a good job in this movie setting them up or establishing why they're here, or why Amanda Waller is calling them instead of the Justice League, or calling them instead of Superman, who she ends up calling in the after credit scene. Now, I know why that happens in a logistical real reason, the real world, right? They got Henry Cavill at the very last second. But in continuity of the film, why wouldn't she just call Superman from the very beginning to deal with Black Adam? And then, oh yeah, when that really horrible Red Devil Satan villain shows up at the end of this movie, who looks like shit and is possibly one of the worst villains I've ever seen, ever. Why does she call Superman to deal with that? Just logistically, logically, this makes absolutely no sense. It's mindless action. Number two, I saw this really early on in the year, and I cannot believe that it did not end up being the number one. But I'm talking about Morbius. yeah, Morbius. It's funny because Morbius looked bad from day one. I'm talking about the trailers. I'm talking about the promotional aspects of how this is a Spider-Man villain that does not have Spider-Man in it, that has Morbius as the main character, and they're trying to, once again, he's an anti-hero. Once again, he's a guy who's doing bad things and he doesn't want to do it. Although the movie has this whole plot of, yeah, he's turned himself into a vampire and he has to drink fake blood because pretty soon he'll run out, or the blood won't be enough, so he'll need to use real blood. And it's this whole major thing of he might have to kill himself, but then by the end of the movie, all of that's gone. No, he's just going to be Morbius. Never mind all of that conflict that he had for almost 2 hours. Jared Leto just does not have good luck when it comes to playing big superhero villains. Also, the love interest in this movie, she's attractive as all hell, but written poorly. And my God, my God, I don't understand. I don't understand why Matt Smith is put through some shit like this. He's a great actor, and at least he got House of the Dragons, because this movie was not it. It wasn't. Although that scene of him dancing to that having sex song was quite hilarious in all of the wrong reasons. And oh my God, Michael Keaton, the Vulture, being in this film. What the hell was that? What is Sony doing? If nothing else, all of that scenes prove that Sony does not deserve to have any rights to Spider-Man and any of his characters that are connected to him. Like, they're ruining the brand and anything connected to Marvel. But for my number one, worst superhero movie of 2022, the only reason why Morbius wasn't number one is because I also saw R.I.P.D. 2. Can you believe it? Yes, they made a sequel to R.I.P.D., that horrible movie with Ryan Reynolds. Well, they decided to make another one, but this time it's a whole new cast. It's all different actors, and it's shit. It's bad. Not only is the writing bad, not only is everything that goes on with the characters having to pretend to be black women and just the obvious problematic things that go on with that, but the movie was so bad, and I did not care at all as far as the plot, as far as what they were trying to do, as far as everything that I was probably going to be bored by, that I stopped watching it. Yes, this was one of the 2 movies of the year that I said to myself, I'm not going to put myself through it. I'm not going to waste another hour of my life that I'll never get back. And I shut this goddamn thing off. That's how bad it was. I would rather rewatch Morbius 5 times than ever finish R.I.P.D. 2. So guys, let me know in the comments below what you think of my worst superhero movies list of 2022. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are your worst superhero movies from this past year? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.